Hello everyone and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, Azorius Jace. So I wanted to try out how good the new Jace Reawaken is in the standard metagame, and I constructed or crafted a deck especially for the current meta. So don't let the arena mana value split trick you. That's not how this deck works. So let me actually adjust to the proper position. So the idea is that I'm gonna have 10 2-drops, 10 3-drops, 10 4-drops, 2 5-drop, 2 6-drops, 26 lands total to play this deck. And here's how it works. In the early game, we need a lot of removal, right? So we're gonna have 4 Get Lost, 2 Soul Partition, and 4 No More Lies for removal / counter spell to kind of stay alive in the early enough game. If our opponent's Boros on turn 3, we're gonna need some temporary lockdown as well. I only run 2 lockdowns because I'm gonna have 3 steps ahead and 3 quick study along with 1 honor heirloom and 1 Celestis to hit our 3-drop curve. But what's more important is how I want to play my 4th turn on my 4th mana. That's with Jace Reawaken. So this is a 4 mana turn that only requires 2 mana to play, but you can only play this after turn 4. We're not cheating Jace out this time, so Jace Reawaken only comes out even though 2 mana on turn 4 or later, and its +1 ability can help us get one of our mana rock like the Honor Heirloom or the Celestis. He can also help us get a quick study on the plotted side, so we can draw free cards later, right? That's what Jace does. We also have 3 Wandering Emperor to exile creatures and gain life, and then 2 Memory Deluge for card draw, and 1 Teferi to really end the game late game. So Teferi always works very well if you have mana rocks in your deck, because what Teferi can do is untap a mana rock and a land. So Teferi untaps 2 land. He essentially only costs 2 mana to play. Now, if you plotted a Jace, right, Teferi comes out with a free plotted Celestis. That makes it even faster, even less mana efficient, or less mana intensive to cast, which makes him real good. Now in the 5-drop, we have 1 Sunfall and 1 Invasion of Archivals. Instead of just having a board wipe, I have 1 Invasion to help us get any card we need from the sideboard we'll talk about later. In the 6-drop, we have 1 Farewell, and the other fake 6-drop is Final Showdown. We can use the 1 mana plus spree to get to the +5, destroy all creature at instant speed. There's a lot of aggressive decks that if we blow it up instant speed, now on our turn 7 we can recover with all of our control element cards. So that's what makes this deck real good, right? And then if we look at the land base, 26 lands, so we have 4 of each, the dual color lands, 4 Deserted Beach, 4 Meticulous Archive, 4 Restless Anchorage, and 4 Seachrome Coast. We don't actually have a Dark Waste in this deck because we can't fit it in. We have 1 Eiganjo, 1 Otawara, 2 Plains, 2 Island, 1 Demolition Field, 1 Field of Ruin in case we have lands that we have to kill. No March in the deck, so these are the only ways we can kill lands. And then 2 Myrics to tempo out our control opponents. Now, the sideboard that we can get back or get with Invasion of Archivals, there's not really a lot of cards that are necessary in here. The main cards are the Devious Witness the Future and Devious Cover-Up. That way we can go to an infinite cycle with the rest of our deck. Now you might think, hey, Invasion of Archivals can only get 1 of these 2 cards. How do you get that infinite cycle? That's where Soul Partition come in. On these slower metagames, use Soul Partition on your own Invasion, cast it again to get the 2nd card if necessary, or you can even flip Invasion of Archivals. That way, the Soul Partition is copied. Use 1 copy to bring back Invasion. Use the other copy to bring, to bounce another one of your opponent's spells or permanents, or another one of your permanents that you want to protect, like a Teferi or a Wandering Emperor. We also have Defabricate. This is the way that you can counter a activated or triggered ability if you really need to. There's a lot of activated triggered ability that people are utilizing for combos. This might work against those. We also have 1 Negate. Just have more cover-ups or more counter spells is always good. And then we have 1 Farewell, 1 extra Farewell in case this Farewell gets exiled somehow. And then 1 Wizened Twilight if we need to gain a lot of life and create a board state where we can win. Wizened Twilight always works. And then if we have a lot of mana, Silver Screening can always draw us a bunch of cards. So that's all the sideboards, but really the only sideboard you need is Witness the Future and Devious Cover-Up. That's the whole point of Archivos in this deck. That's the whole deck list. Now let's go into the games. Okay, our opponent's going to be Captainy 9. We're gonna go first. Jace opening hand. I don't know how, but basically we always have Jace opening hand, and we can never cast them even though it's a 2-drop. Every deck that I play Jace in, I'll get him opening hand, and I get a little bit sad about it. Alright, let's see what they're gonna drop. If they're red, we might have to hold up No More Lies. If they're not red, we can play a tap land and try to hit Celestus on turn 3. Alright, so my plan basically is to Jace turn 4 to cast Celestus anyways. So maybe that won't be necessary. Alright, so turn 1 they already channel. So if that's the case, maybe I'll just hold up a counterspell and see what they do. Are they gonna play anything turn 2? They are holding something up. I don't know what color they are and I'm a little bit scared, so let me just hold up my counterspell. See what it was. 3 Anchorage, by the way. That's unfortunate. Swamp, probably a bat. Don't want to get batted, so maybe I'll normalize their bats. Probably get batted again the turn after. So, how did I see that coming? Alright, that's another tap land. So, that's fun. We have 2 5-drops, 2 6-drops. We draw both of them. Opener. Preacher. Preach it. Preach it good. Alright, so we're going to Jace here. The Preacher cannot kill the Jace that quickly. So that would be pretty good. We can get an extra mana next turn from the Celestis. And then we will have a Jace open that can be utilized for stuff. Hopefully. That's the plan anyways. Maybe they play Children. It makes me happy. Let's look at Mono Black. Right? Mono Black can't really stop whatever we're doing. Gix is real good for them, but the Preacher has to attack Jace to reduce Jace, which means he doesn't draw. No, he does draw from that, but he doesn't draw from Gix. Alright, this is a free cast. Let's do it. Do we draw and discard here? I don't want to exile anything. Do I want to exile Get Lost? I don't think that's any good, right? If I draw and discard, would I discard the Deserted Beach? I guess we'll find out. I want the beach, so I'll drop a Get Lost, which is very ironic. I don't think that normally happens. So we can farewell everything, but I think this getting a 2/2 here is just as good. So if they keep playing stuff, we might have to keep exiling stuff. Shieldred. There goes our Jace. This is also Menace, which is annoying. Well, we have no more draw and discard, so we're gonna have to take 4 from this Shieldred. Now I regret dropping my Get Lost, but that's fine. We'll trigger the Celestis. Take action, draw a card, discard the Seachrome Coast. Now we draw our lands. These are the lands I wish I had a little bit earlier. But oh well, let's see what happens. Shieldred's gonna attack us. Of course they are. Nothing. Huh. Maybe we just turn this live. Looks like they have an instant. Right, I can draw 2 and discard a card. How important is that here right now? Drawing 2 and discard a card, I lose my counter spell, which is my only way of stopping whatever's coming on my way. So I don't want to do that. Let's play a land here. And we will end turn. I'm not flipping because I want to keep on my, 3 steps ahead, as well as the No More Lies. Sorin, huh? Well, guess we'll do the thing here. Counter, and we'll draw. We still have No More Lights open, which is really good. Sorin we can't actually stop, so Demolition feels kind of useless. I can stop the draw spit. It just draws a card. I don't want to go all the way out to make him not draw a card. Alright, then we'll take 4 from Shieldred some more. When can he activate this? Activate only as a sorcery. When I have 8 or more cards in the graveyard. I have 7. Ooh, that's scary. But I don't have 8. So, I don't have 8 yet. So this is gonna cost, well, it's enough to block with the Final Showdown. Do I want to attack first? Kind of gives it away if I attack, right? So, but I can't block anyway, so what's the point? Menace. Alright, time for a showdown. And that showdown is final. We might have to take 4 more from Shieldred, but that's fine. We still have 7. Not 8. They have 1. How did they have nothing in the graveyard? Exiled everything? That makes sense. Gig's command. I have to sack a creature, and he gets +1/+1 counter. Do I want to counter that? Not really. It's so big. Alright, I pay 6. I will kill this, and then they'll play a 2-drop. If I just take it, I think I'll be okay. Looks like an instant spell, though. That's an instant spell. Yeah, let's do it. This will force him to play 2 spells. And if he plays 2 spells, my Celeste is triggered, and I can cycle the temporary lockdown, which I don't really want. So we get rid of that, and he has nothing, so we draw a card. Alright, so in this scenario here, we'll hold everything up. We got a quick study, and Celestis really just locked them all down. I don't think he has anything to play. Probably just gonna explode soon. Alright, he draws a card, sacrifices his land. That's fine. Not really card advantage on his side. Now if he plays Shieldred, I can actually counter it. So, not good for him either way. Now we can turn our card advantage live. Quickly study some cards. Also we have this. It's probably just gonna get killed, huh?
Keep watch for intruders.
See, probably a Shieldred's Edict, and then a cut down. We'll get rid of the Wandering Emperor and my 2/2. He didn't do it. Interesting. If he doesn't do it, then the first thing I'm going to do is make another 2/2.
We must protect the people.
Let's go to combat, see if he does anything. Alright, if that's the case, let's cycle my Shleshtish. I like saying the Shleshtish. That way I can drop probably the Seachrome Coast. Alright, there we go. Do I want to put the lockdown on the side? I don't need to, I can just draw a card. That's also pretty good. I can just toss a land too. It's a lot of lands I don't want. The lockdown can still hit a bat if I really need to hit a bat, but I'll also kill my 2/2 board. So I don't want to do that. There is the Discover card. Discover 4 isn't that good in the mono black because, yeah, you can get Shieldred, you can also get a cut down. Gig's Command. Return 2. So he's got Shieldred. I don't want him to do that. Let's stop him from doing that. Does he explode here? A lot of players would just explode here. Oh, I forgot that by playing Jace, right? I lost my Celestis trigger because I played a spell last turn. That's something to consider. And I always forget those kind of small interactions I gotta be careful about. Before I plus, I should definitely draw a card, see what I can get out of this. That's a land. Also, I should have archived first. That's also a land. Then I'll plus onto this 2/2 so it cannot be cut down. And I'll also make this a creature because he's tapped out, so this attack gives me a free map token. And with 4 mana, might as well use one on the Restless Anchorage. Maybe I'll draw a land this way. Quick study, I do want that. We'll end the turn. The Shleshtish triggers. We'll take action, and we'll drop the temporary lockdown. Alright, so we got a lot going on right now. And our opponent's 3 cards. We are also technically 3 cards. 4 cards since they have Discover. But it's not as scary because it takes a lot of their mana to discover 4. Alright, they discover into basically nothing. Since we have more life, it's just gonna give him a vampire. Maybe it's Shieldred's Edict that he has in his hand. He's targeting my planeswalkers. So let's see what's going on. I'm gonna draw 2 cards. Right, this is the slow combo that I really wanted to do, and that is Jace onto the Honor Heirloom here. How good is that really in this kind of scenario? I don't want to spend 3 mana to cast it, right? And I do want to draw a card though. So maybe I draw a card here. Oh, this is a little bit tricky. So I do want to draw a card, and I can discard this Jace. Alright, discard this Jace. And then I will play the Honor Heirloom. I'll plus some more on this. Do I want to plus on this? I guess I'll make him deal with it. This 4/4 means that I can attack through the Death Toucher. They ever go for the throw here? They can use it if they want. You got it. So, how many spells have I played? None. I'm not going to do anything here, and when this attacks... No, before it attacks, I'm going to bounce it, right? 4 mana to bounce, 2 mana to still go for the throw. Everything's okay so far. We'll go to next. We'll go to end turn. Gotta do it before they deal combat, or go to combat, I guess. Places land, which tells me he has nothing. He places Shieldred, which also tells me he has basically nothing. And now I'm gonna auto Wara. What does he have? He has a card draw. Alright, if he does this, I'm not gonna auto Wara the Preacher, right? Because now he's gaining life, but he cannot replay the Preacher if I bounce it. And I want to remove both with Farewell. Attacks my Wandering Emperor. Good on ya. Doesn't attack the Wandering Emperor. You gotta attack something. Alright, attacks Jace. Reduce Jace down to a 4 loyalty. I can exile a card from his graveyard. I can also exile a card from my graveyard. Well, I'm gonna Farewell the graveyard, right? Because mono black definitely has graveyard recursion. So let me... Actually, I don't need to do this, because everything he has gets exiled anyways. Wandering Emperor. We'll Farewell. All creatures, all graveyards. I keep the artifacts, and I keep the enchantments, not that I have any. Everything's gone. Alright, then we go to the plus to draw a card. And we'll discard the Wandering Emperor since we already have one. We'll minus.
Gods, to me.
New turn. Enjoy. The Archivos is going to give us so many good cards. Shieldred, he has enough to pay, so I'm going to let that resolve. I can bounce it, but then I won't be able to do anything with the counter spell, right? So let me slowly do this. We'll bounce it on it, the end phase. Alright, now we can Invasion of Archivos. Do we Invasion of Archivos here? Yeah, I guess we do. If he wants to force through Shieldred, he can. I'm going to go to my sideboard and get a Devious Cover-Up or Witness the Future. I definitely want to Witness. We'll go to minus here. That will increase our board presence. We'll also exile the Witness. So it's a free Witness next turn. Now we'll attack this for just 2. Not that big, right? Not that big deal. But eventually it will be a huge deal. Next turn when we attack, we can kill it. And if they really want to force through Shieldred, that's annoying. Well, actually it's not that annoying because you can only pick one. Which one are you gonna pick? He has enough to force that through, which is okay. But then we can... Actually, that was annoying, right? So now I can't do it. So I can -6 to copy the spell, which is the Witness the Future here. We'll go to my turn and see what we can do. But this is a very annoying consideration. I don't want to draw and discard a card because I take more damage from this. But I do get to toss away my normal lice. Let's do it. Normal lice isn't going to hit anything at this point. We'll take the 2. We'll go to draw face. We'll draw a Mirix. Not necessarily the best card, but when it's the future, it gets doubled from the Jace activation. So I don't have that many cards in my graveyard to actually shuffle back. And the Memory Deluge doesn't get the double trigger that I want because of how the copy spell works. So I guess we'll Deluge first to see. I already use a Sunfall, right? I already use a Sunfall. And I already use a Farewell. So I actually have no more removal. For Shieldred, I have a bunch of Get Lost. Those are the slow removals that I do have. Do I want to get there with that? I do have Farewell in the graveyard. So I guess we'll activate this first. Witness the Future here. We'll shuffle all of these. And we get a... Ooh, 3 steps ahead. I don't have a creature that I want to copy. So, Soul Partition or Get Lost. Get Lost. And now, we can use the Get Lost on the Shieldred if we need to. Let's go to plus. Actually, can we go to plus and attack here? Yeah, let's kill the Shieldred.
We've got the edge in this fight.
He has the block, or I get free Archivals. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want me to get free Archivals. Does he? That would be pretty bad. He lets me get it. Wow. Okay. That's a free invasion of Archivals, which means that now I want this land out for extra mana. But I also want to get my Memory Deluge on. That's kind of weird, huh? That's fine. Oh, I didn't use the Jace. Oops. Oops. Oops, 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 oops. Forgot to use my Jace. Okay, I played a little bit too tricky. I can't believe that was 18-minute game against this mono black. Alright, well, you know, that's what I like about Control. Our opponent wants to kill himself, but they can't. They just gotta sit there and suffer through us. The Deep Cavern Bat actually cannot attack through all these Restless Anchorages, which is also a plus on our side. Keep to the top, but that means it's not a land, right? But if he maps that as not a land, that's a bat, that's dumb. That's just a 2-2 now. Want to make it a 3-3? Alright, it does make it a 3-3. So this is a 3-4 if he attacks, if he remembers. Okay, he doesn't remember. What does he have? Does he not remember that this is a 3-4? Okay. There you go. GG. That was, you know, if a game lasts that long, people start to misplay, I guess. Good game. Okay, next opponent, Siegfried 34. There's 34 of them. Hide. We go first. Yeah, lots of going first with the archive. That's pretty good. We can archive into a counterspell, into a quick study. That's almost as good as we can get. And then into Invasion of Archivals if we have enough lands. Let's hope that our opponent is a little bit slower. Honestly, I just love playing against like mono black decks because they get eaten up by this blue-white combo. What other decks? Green, maybe? Green definitely loses to blue-white 100% of the time. Gruul also is a little bit slower than mono red, and if we don't draw our removal, this deck doesn't do very well against mono red, I would say. But Anchorage is okay, right? I need lands anyway, so I'm not tossing that away. Okay, so if they're blue-white, they're not playing anything turn 2. What can I play turn 2 in blue-white? Nothing. So we'll anchorage it up. I don't need to hold up no more lies. That's my idea. Anyways, let's see if I get punished for that. Blue-white, turn 2. What could they play? I don't know a lot of cards, so I could be wrong a lot of times. 2 mana, they have nothing, so I don't need to play anything here. We'll end turn. They're holding up their no more lies. I'm holding up my no more lies. My quick study might get countered here. Tranquil Cove. Okay. So, do I let him counter the quick study just to land a Wandering Emperor? It's not that bad of an idea. Or I can just hold up card control, right? Now, having Wandering Emperor on board is very scary for our opponent. So, he's going to be pressured to do something. Negates. Negates on a quick study? You sure about that? Let's see how they remove this. I could be wrong. There could be like 2 removal in his hand. But blue-white usually have problem dealing with an Emperor that is already on the board. We do not have... Oh, let's just make 2 2s. Okay. That's interesting. Do I attack here? See if he blocks. I don't think he's going to block. Elspeth Smite. Huh. We'll just lock everything down. That was a dead card. Now it serves some purpose. And then now we make another 2/2. And now this Emperor's protected. Tranquil Cove. You want a Memory Deluge? I only have 2 mana open. But it's pretty obvious what happened when there's 2 mana open. So, okay, our opponent is gutsy and gets punished. And since he's tapped out, I'm going to Memory Deluge myself. What can I get here? 3 Step Ahead is pretty good. Another Memory Deluge is real good. Soul Partition is also real good, right? But it's fine. I will drop a land here. Plus it. Attack. Maybe he'll Jace it again. You just have a bunch of Jace. Or maybe he pump his Blast Zone. Let's see what happens. He does Jace it again.
Your hope is wasted.
He's gonna plus.
You cannot win.
Alright.
Organic minds are easily quelled.
So, I can Restless Anchorage to attack. But he has a mana that feels like he has something. Probably a counter spell. So okay, I can just slowly kill Jace this way, right? I don't need to reduce my Emperor's ability. And if I minus here, my Emperor's a little bit lower and he can just Sunfall. You know what? Do I want him to Sunfall?
Remember your training.
I'm just gonna attack him for 1.
Predictable and uninteresting.
If only we can draw lands, right? That's just not how I play the game without lands. He has 7 lands and 2 cards. What can he draw here? I have 3 cards in the graveyard, so his Jace isn't going to get anywhere. Invasion of Archivos can come in when I need it. Milled 3 cards. That's fine.
No
my Jace
escapes my grasp.
Also, I milled a land, I think. What the heck? Is he just going to play it? Alright, so he milled my Jace. I don't like that. If he just hard cast that, do I want to let him do it? I'll farewell next turn. If he's in a graveyard, he can flash it back, right? I don't want him to flash it back. So yeah, you got it. Do I want the other Jace? Do I want a Mirix? I think Mirix is pretty good. I want to get lost the Jace Perfected Mind. This is kind of weird, huh? I definitely don't want to mill half my deck. Do I care about milling half my deck? This is really tricky. So this Jace is good in a lot of scenario, but probably not right now. I need lands. And we can get lost the Terrarium Mindbreaker, but I don't want to do that.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
You gonna block? No blocksies. Alright. If you have no blocksies, I can actually wait till they're combat. Let's see. Unearth. Unearth as a sorcery, right? So if he has Unearth as a sorcery, it's a little bit slow compared to what I can do on his turn. So let's wait till he combats and then we'll get that lost. Get that lost? Cast get lost on it. Oh, that lag. What happened there? No Mindbreaker for you. That's already 2 Jace gone. What else does he have? Another Mindbreaker? I'm not gonna stop that. This is gonna be real fun for me. You gonna map it? You should map it good. I hate these mill decks so much. They have one plan, basically, and their plan isn't even good. So, I want to keep up my counter spell, so I'm not going to use this for anything. Another Jace. Real nice. So, we'll start with the attack. I'll have to get rid of my own Memory Deluge. That's not fun. Those are all, do I have more than 2? Those are only 2 in the deck. So, yeah, those are gone now. Unfortunately. But this does help me kind of curve into that pretty well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I only have 2 mana. Ugh. Alright, fine. Let's do it this way. Add a mana of white. And we'll farewell. Along with my own board here. You jerk. Let's just exile all artifacts and all graveyards. Alright, there's no enchantments. Definitely not. I don't want to exile my lockdown for no reason. And I exile my own Memory Deluge. I want to cry so much. I'll get another 2/2 here.
May your blades
Not throwing out the Jace, because now I can kind of pretend I have a counterspell. Even though it's pretty obvious that I don't. Does he have a third one? Just a Jace. It's not going to kill me with 1 Jace.
Phyrexia showed me the truth.
What are you going to do? I have only 1 card in the graveyard, so you're not actually going to get anywhere with the mill. That's a good draw. Celestis is real good. Right after I use my farewell, so I can't get rid of the Celestis. I can cast a spell every turn though, so good luck. Alright, so he has nothing left. I'm gonna yell at him. Ah! And do I want Archivals? I think I want Archivals here, and you know, this will tell him what I have. And scare him. By a mile. Go to our sideboard. We'll get our Devious Cover-Up.
strike fast and
Go
strike
to combat.
hard.
We'll kill his Jace. He's got 1, so he can't really get there. Oh, now he's just holding up because he's salty. Kill the Jace. We deal 5 damage to Archivals. We'll play this land. We're gonna need all the lands we can get, right? So might as well play the land right now. The Jace Reawaken's never really coming out. It's gonna take a while. Anything? Opponent? Plays their land, which is wrong because now he has to cycle Celestis. Alright, gonna try to attack. My face? My Emperor? Where's this attack going? Alright, attacks the Emperor. Crave some map token. I can't block.
You should be scared.
You should be scared. He already lost 3 of his Jace and 2 of his Terrarium Mine, right? So 1, 2, yeah. 3 Jace, 2 Mindbreaker. Good luck with the rest of your cards, I guess. He wants to keep it on top? Why would you want to keep that on top? That makes no sense. Do I want to draw 3 cards? Draw 2 cards, discard a card. He's not necessarily tapped out, so... Let's see him cycle the card. I guess he just wants to get the Mindbreaker in the graveyard, right? No? Alright, that's a lot of steps ahead that we are. Let's go in for the attack. 3 this way, 5 this way. We're very steps ahead. Very steps ahead? That we English. Oh, do we English? What do you want to do? You want to draw some cards? Filter your deck a little bit? March. I mean, we can counter that. Do we want to counter that? Man, this is so tricky. I kind of do, but I kind of don't, right? Because I want the Invasion of Archivals so bad. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Counter. We'll draw 2 cards as well. We'll have more cards held up. More mana held up, rather. Draw 2 and discard the rest of Anchorage. That's a lot of cards I don't need. Oh man, I also have a showstopper right here. In the Honor Heirloom. Can't play it though. I tap all of my lands, so now I have to hold up a counterspell the hard way. Right, the Anchorage is a plus. So I'm gonna minus here. Since the Anchorage is a plus, he's gonna kill my Emperor. Alright, I'll just minus here. You can kill the Emperor if you want.
Let your blade do the talking.
This is kind of tricky. I do have a hard counter and Devious Cover-Up that he knows of. What he doesn't know is the rest of the deck that I have. 31 cards. Blast Zone, charge up to 3. So what is he gonna do? Blow up his own Celestus? Blast Zone's on 3 though. Memory Deluge. Can't let him have that. So let's say goodbye to Memory Deluge. We'll get Farewell back. 3 steps, 3 step. Get Lost isn't gonna hit anything, so just those. I don't think I want to counter it again. I would decline to copy. Force are going to take action and shuffle. They can do this to cycle 4 cards, but they cannot Terrarium Mine this turn. They can Anchorage and attack my Wandering Emperor, but then they're taking 2. They're taking like 11 or 10 on board. So, yeah. They're dead on board. I don't know what the plan was.
Back to wandering.
Actually, they're getting 2 life, right? I still think they're dead on board. What was the plan anyways? I don't know. All that counter spell, all that, you know, tricky swings, and we're just gonna kill them by full swing. Map tokens. Yeah, you can mend. Discard your cards in the graveyard. The last Jace. GG. Boom bum. Boom bum. Ba boom. Alright, that was a good game, I guess. 2 very long games, but you know, it is what it is. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you've seen those really long, drawn-out control games, did you enjoy these type of drawn-out plays? I really, really like this style of deck, not because it fits my particular gameplay or game style better than any sort of aggressive shell, which it does. Honestly, I prefer these shells, these type of decks, because I know how to play, but I prefer these decks on Arena just because Arena cheats a lot. You're always gonna go second when you're playing control deck or any combo deck, and you're always gonna have bad draws in almost any scenario. So I like decks that really can have answers or have the longevity no matter what kind of start we get off at. If I play an aggressive deck, right, if I go second with an aggressive deck, I'm already like instantly behind. And if I don't draw well, I don't have the longevity. I have to go to the next game. And I know a lot of people just, queue up a game. If they're about to lose on turn 3, they just go to another game. But that's not how I feel about Magic. Every game that I play, I want to try my best to win, but I also want to make sure that I'm having fun playing it. I don't want to play the same deck over and over and over for 500 games. So I like these slow, drawn-out games where I get to go through most of my deck, and then my opponent really has nothing else to play, and they have to concede to what I have, which is a slow trickle-out death. That's what's fun about this deck. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.